Good morning and welcome to Gospel Bytes, where we take a bite at the Gospel for the day. Today is Monday, March 25th. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Glory to you, O Lord. This is taken from John chapter 12, 1 to 11. 6 days before Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. They gave a dinner for him there, and Martha served, while Lazarus was one of those reclining at table with him. Mary took a liter of costly perfumed oil made from genuine aromatic nard, and anointed the feet of Jesus, and dried them with her hair. The house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. Then Judas the Iscariot, one of his disciples, and the one who would betray him, said, "Why was this oil not sold for 300 days' wages and given to the poor?" He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief and held the money bag and used to steal the contributions. So Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Let her keep this for the day of my burial. You always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." The large crowd of the Jews found out that he was there and came not only because of him, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. And the chief priests plotted to kill Lazarus too, because many of the Jews were turning away and believing in Jesus because of him. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Right. On this Monday, we hear the story of Mary. Now, Mary, assumingly this is the sister of Lazarus and Martha, because there was no mention of any other Mary. If you remember the story of Martha and Mary, Mary was the one who was sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to him. And now, once again, Mary is at the feet of Jesus. This time, she poured expensive perfume on his feet and then wiped his feet with her hair. Huh? Judas was kind of turned off because of the expensive perfume. He knew how much the perfume cost. Huh? And for him, he thought, well, you're wasting it on Jesus. You're wasting it on Jesus. How many times do we hear this? When people are giving contributions to the church, they say, well, that's too much. I remember seeing this couple. One was the wife was giving $20, and the other one he said, no, just five is enough. Huh? And sometimes also when we go to church or when we go to mass during the weekdays, people will say, "Oh, once a week is enough. 1 hour is enough." It's like, why don't you stay in the church and become a nun? It's as if we can give too much to God. I remember when I announced that I was going to become a priest, some people said, "Oh, you're too young for that. You should enjoy life." And I thought, yeah, I'm supposed to spend my life on things that are important. And if God is not important, no, where else? What else will I spend my life on? I guess they think that when I'm tired of life and when I'm 90 or 100 years old, then I can enter the seminary. No, it's as if God has to settle for the least of us, for whatever is left of us. What's left of our money, our time, our talent, our lives. If there's anything left, then God can have it. No, that's the Cain complex. Cain offered what was left of his herd, uh, unlike Abel, who gave everything to God, who gave the best of his produce. So it's it's a reminder for us that just like Mary, we give what is best, not what's left of us. Now, Mary also wiped the feet of Jesus with her hair. We know for a woman, the hair is the crown of her beauty. Women spend a fortune on their hair. I'm looking around here and how many salons and how much it costs for a woman to fix her hair, to cut her hair, to color it, to perm it, and whatever. And yet this woman just used her hair as a rag to wipe Jesus' feet. Uh, to imagine the faith of Mary, who's saying, no, even my hair, whatever I have, whatever trophies I have, I leave it up to God. I give it to Jesus. I place it on His feet. It's nothing compared to. I can just use it to dust the feet of the Lord. Huh? That's why the churches were built to be huge. Churches were built to house the presence of God. One time, many years ago, was on a, I was staying in a huge church. I think I was visiting there for a month, and then there were pilgrims or tourists coming in, and because it's a tourist attraction, that church. And I saw this family, uh, a mother, a father, maybe about two or three children. And there was this little boy who just marveled at this magnificent church. And he asked his mother, "Oh, wow, this is a big church. Why do people build this huge church?" And I heard what the mother said. She said, "Well, my son, some people take their faith seriously, you know." And it just shocked me that people who call it faith don't take it seriously. That's why it's called faith. You're dealing with God, who is the most important person or thing in your life. You know, for Judas, his love for God has a price. He said, "Well, that's too much perfume. It might cost like $2,000. You can only spend like 50 on God. Don't give too much on God." And he sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. His love for God has a price. What is the price of our love for God? How much do we value God? Are we willing? Do we love Him enough that we uh, we will spend our lives on Him? We will spend our fortune on Him, or our love is just, well, whatever is left of me. No? One second and last thing, very short, is the perfume that Jesus received. He said, "Keep that for my burial." No? Oftentimes, we spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on flowers for the dead. We buy this elaborate um, flower arrangements, but we don't spend it on that person when he was still alive. You know, our parents are like that too. Sometimes we weep, we mourn, we spend a lot of time, spend a fortune at their funeral, but not so much when they're alive. Like they have to beg for our time, they have to beg for our attention, they have to beg for some funds to help them out. Huh? While they're still alive, show them, just like Mary. No, she showed Jesus how much important he was to her while he was still alive. And I think we should do that to the people around us too. Show them how much you care, how much you appreciate them while they're still around, while we're still around, not when they're dead. So start today to look around and see the people around you, the value of these people, because they're priceless. And show them that by your appreciation, by the amount of time, by the amount of whatever that you can offer them. I'm Father Jerry Sembrano for another edition of Gospel Bytes. God bless you. Have a nice day.